Okay, so over here I've created a cheat sheet for you guys to use to remember, but when you get to the test, of course, I'm not going to allow you to write that down, like take it into the test. But anyways, here's a couple examples. Example number 1, my question is y1 is equal to 1 minus x over 2, and y2 is 1 minus 1, negative 1 plus x over 2. And also another restriction is x is greater than 0. Okay, so this is just my y-axis. Now, the question actually just says integrate with respect to x. In my case, x-axis is the main focus. Okay? So, first of all, like I mentioned in the steps, number 1, go ahead and draw a diagram. Okay, so in my case, this one here has 1 and decreases by 2. That means this one is going to be 2. So this is 1, this is 2. And this one here, negative 1 and go up. In that case, intersect right here. So this is number negative 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and color code this. Okay, my top function is f. Okay, that means f of x is equal to, the top function is 1 minus x over 2. And the bottom function here is g of x is equal to 1 plus x over 2, negative. Okay, and we're bounded by the x equals 0. That means my axis is over here. Okay, since the question is specifically looking for the x-axis, my rectangles are always going to be vertical. So that's what it's going to look like. So it's the top function and the bottom function. Okay, so number 1. Okay, our intersection's at 2, so I mean we don't need to go ahead and find that. Okay, so number 1, square. Okay, so squares, it'd be squares coming out this way, squares coming out this way, squares coming out this way. So in this case, the area again is equal to f. Well, let's go ahead and draw that diagram first. Square, and let's color code this as well. F and G. Okay, so that's what I have. In this case, this is my base. Okay, since that's my base, it's a square, everything's the same. Okay, it's my area. In this case of x is equal to f minus g squared, because base times base is base squared, and that's the area of a triangle, of a square. So the area, the volume is equal to f minus g squared dx. Okay, this is both in terms of x. In that case, my bounds are going from 0, because that's from 0, all the way to 2. Okay? And of course, just go ahead and write that. So 0 to 2, f is 1 minus x over 2. Subtract 1, negative 1 plus x over 2. Okay? It's the whole thing squared dx. Okay? And all you have to do is go ahead and integrate that and you get your answer. Okay? Don't forget your units. It's units cubed in this situation. Okay, number 2. Okay, we have a rectangle of height 4. Okay, rectangle height is equal to 4. So let's go and draw this. Okay, we have F here, G here, and we'll call my height is 4, and this is my B. So okay, it's my area, A of x is base times height, so B times 4. So in that case, it's F minus G times 4. So my volume here is equal to 4 times F minus G dx between 0 to 2. So substitute everything out into n. So in that case, 4 moves out like it's a constant, and F is equal to 1 minus x over 2, subtract negative 1 minus x plus x over 2 dx. Okay, so that's that. Now, next one here is isosceles triangle. In that case, number 3, isosceles triangle with the leg. Okay, let's go ahead and draw that. Oops. Okay, it doesn't matter how you draw it. It's either this way or this way, doesn't matter. Okay, you can flip that, doesn't matter. Okay, as always, F and G. This is the isosceles triangle. This and this are the same. That's my base. So in that case, my area A of x is equal to base squared divided by 2. So in that case, F minus G squared divided by 2. So that means my integral, my volume is equal to integral between 0 to 2, and then negative, well in this case write it in, f minus g squared divided by 2 dx. So that means my volume here is equal to 1/2, 0 to 2. My lower bound here is given by the top, upper bound, not upper bound, my top function is 1 minus x over 2, subtract negative 1 minus plus x over 2. The whole thing squared dx. Okay, again, just go ahead and integrate that. Make sure your algebra is correct. Number 4, you have a semicircle. Okay, so in that case, semicircle looks like this. Okay, let's label this. Lower bound is g on the left. Upper bound is f. Okay, so this is my base. And my area is pi r squared. Okay, we can just go ahead and reference this. Semicircle is pi over 8. Okay, so in that case, a of x is equal to pi over 8 f minus g squared. Okay, so that means my volume here is given by 0 to 2, pi over 8 on the outside, f minus g squared dx. Okay, let's go ahead and rewrite that. So b is equal to pi over 8 between 0 and 2. You have 1 minus x over 2 minus negative 1 plus x over 2. The whole thing squared dx, and that is the answer, or the way you calculate the semicircle. Okay, again, this is just after applying the formulas, and once you integrate to find the volume, go and integrate that, and then make sure you put your units cubed because this is volume. And make sure you look at your integration, make sure you don't commit any algebraic mistakes. Okay, so this is just a couple examples for in terms of x. In the next video, we're going to do it in terms of y. We'll pick a different function because if you integrate this, it's bounded by this side, is bounded by this one, and this is bounded by this one. And this is just not a very good example to use. Okay, see you in the next one.